if you didn't know, is World Wetlands Day, and South Africa is reportedly losing these wetlands at an alarming rate, which has significant implications for the environment. Joining us to unpack this a little bit more is Professor Janine Adams, who is the Deputy Director of the Institute for Coastal and Marine Research at Nelson Mandela University. Professor, thank you for your time. I notice what I think is a wetland behind you, but can you just give us a dummy's guide to what they are and where they're found in South Africa?
Yes, thank you very much. So yes, World Wetlands Day. It was actually celebrated yesterday, the 2nd of February, but of course it shouldn't just be one day. This year's theme is Call for Action. And around the globe, it's a call for action, also giving a positive message we can do something about wetland restoration. So wetlands are aquatic habitats, and in South Africa we have a variety of freshwater wetlands, we have inland lakes, and I specifically work on estuaries. They're the meeting place of land and sea, and behind us you see the Xaxo estuary here in the Eastern Cape.
And in terms of their role in the environment, what role do they play and how important are they to the broader ecosystem?
Yeah, wetlands are very important, and I think we're starting to get a better understanding of that. We bring it into school curricula, and certainly on the tertiary level we do a lot of research on it. There's still a lot to be done, though, on getting everybody to understand the importance of wetlands. So they act as filters. They trap sediment and water. They attenuate floods. So without a wetland, floodwaters will go straight into the sea or into the closest river, and it'll take a high load of sediment and pollutants and nutrients with it. So we say wetlands are extremely good natural filters, so and highly prized for that. Wetlands also, they play an important role in bank erosion. So a lot of our rivers and our catchments and that, we have invasive plants there now which have changed the riparian zone. We need our natural vegetation just to keep banks intact. And then those are some of the ecological functions, but of course the social and the economic functions are also very important. So we get livelihoods from wetlands, we get food, animals, and yeah, that's just a small overview.
So you've seen an increase in flash floods and mudslides, that kind of thing, which can follow on from it. You know, the floods in Durban, for example, spring to mind. We've also had some in Johannesburg. What role can wetlands play in mitigating the impact of those?
Yeah, as I said, they naturally attenuate high flows. And so if we've urbanized our environments, then we've created more artificial services. There's nothing to absorb the water and the load, the force of the water. And so this is why this call for action for this year of wetlands is restoration. We need to put some of that habitat back so we can recreate wetlands. Also, they not only attenuate floods, but they play an important role in water quality maintenance. So we can use artificial wetlands to actually take up nutrients and to take up some of the pollutants that are entering these natural environments.
Professor, are there examples where rehabilitation has been particularly successful and perhaps there's been community buy-in, there's been the resources in terms of funding and human power, women and manpower, to make that happen, that speak to what's possible in terms of the theme of this year?
Yes, so around the country we have had working for wetlands programs that have been in action, and these have removed alien invasive plants from the catchment. And this has been, at the same time, it's provided jobs, so it's been part of the expanded public works program. It's been very successful, and it's been going on for a good number of years now. So globally, we actually looked at in terms of our practice. We have done rehabilitation. We are involving communities. So that would be catchments and taking invasive plants out of catchments so that we can improve water flow downstream. But on a smaller scale, there's rehabilitation happening in the Berg estuary, in the Davenoks, moving up into KwaZulu-Natal. There's been projects for many years in the Umgeni catchment, and this would involve local communities to help to re-establish vegetation or to put in gabions to attenuate flows. So I think we've got some good examples in South Africa and some positive messages to share.
Professor Janine Adams there, Deputy Director of the Institute for Coastal and Marine Research at Nelson Mandela University. I'm just adding words in left, right and centre. Thank you for your time, and as she says, not just World Wetlands Day, but let's make a year of it.